What are little girls made of? Star Trek episode from season 1. Thanks for joining me to talk about Star Trek. We're going to use my space system. Story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2's the best you can get in any category. There's going to be a lot of 2's in this one. We got Nurse Chapel. She's going to visit her fiance, who's this awesome scientist. He's gone a little bit crazy though. So Kirk and her beam down, and he's got all these androids with him and all this other crazy stuff. I'm gonna give the storyline a 2 out of 2. This was awesome. Loved it. We've got now he created a few androids, and one android's like this big, huge hulking guy. Is like, you're like, what the heck? This is big, huge guy, Lurch, basically. And then he's made this like really super attractive other android. And Nurse Chapel comes down. She's like, what is going on here? And he's like, oh, she's just my assistant. You didn't have to make her that attractive. So yeah, and she's like, no, like wearing hardly any clothes. It's like, this is a bit weird. I'm kind of on Nurse Chapel's side. I think I'd be a little bit upset if if that happened. Anyways, it's a great story about, and then Kirk gets cloned into an android as well. I like the story. I like these ones where there's a lot of like, what is humanity gonna be like? What's too far? Like, can we just take a human and put them into an android body? Maybe that'll happen at some point, as we replace body parts with, robotic parts. So I liked it. It was done well for me. It's one of my favorites of season 1. I think it's really cool. So I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. For the pacing, it usually goes hand in hand. I found it to be good pacing. I was not bored at all. I could maybe ding it a 0.5, I guess, but I was interested throughout the entire episode, so I was like, yeah, this is a great scene. Oh, that was good too. You have a cool little thing at the end with the story too, and a little bit of a twist, which I mean you can kind of see coming if you've seen other sci-fi stuff. But overall, very good pacing. I thought it was awesome. I was not bored at all, and I don't think you could really cut out any scenes. They all kind of have some kind of meaning to them. So I'm giving it a perfect score for pacing. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2 perfect score for artistry as well, probably because the female android, she deserves a 2 out of 2 just for that. But no, I liked the lighting here. Makeup effects on our big guy was really good. You had sort of that like, someone's flesh gets torn and there's like a mechanical piece. It looked pretty good. I would like to remind everybody that I am watching the upgraded versions. I have seen, this is like my 4th or 5th time going through the Star Treks. I can't remember exactly. I wasn't writing them down. The first 3 viewings of Star Trek, I watched their normal versions. And then the last time I watched it was when I bought the Blu-rays, and now I'm watching it again with the Blu-ray upgraded. You do have a choice to watch the regular version as well, which I appreciate. I'm not against the upgrades, so if there's anything that you think looks really terrible, maybe they fixed it and I'm not seeing that. I'm not reviewing Star Trek versus Star Wars or Star Trek versus Doctor Who. I'm keeping it all within Star Trek. So I'm saying that the look of this episode and kind of some of the effects are really good. I thought they were really nice for me. I do like the underground laboratory that the scientist guy has. It's pretty cool. So I liked everything. It looked good. Characters, 2 out of 2, man. Kirk's great in this episode. Nurse Chapel's awesome in this one too. I like her a lot. I liked the scientist guy. I mean, man, he was good. You could feel kind of the struggle a little bit with him. So that was well done. Yeah, all in all, everybody just looked really good in this one. I really like this one a lot. My enjoyment factor is going to be a 2. It's a 10 out of 10. You're going to start to see a trend here. If you see a video that's like 5 or 6 minutes, it's probably all positive stuff. And then if you see a 7 or 8 minute video, you're like, there's probably some negatives in there. It's almost like with Star Trek, I love it so much that I'm going to talk more about the nitpicky negative stuff than I am about the positive stuff, because I think if you're a Trekker or Trekkie, whichever one, I don't care what you call me, either of those is fine. you're gonna just love the series anyways, right? So I love original series. Is it the best Star Trek? Yeah, I get it. It is the best. I mean, it is Star Trek. I don't know what to tell you. It is Star Trek. Personally, I love Deep Space Nine, and I really, actually, really love Voyager a lot as well. I know those are sort of the well, they're not as good, but I really like both those series. But all, they're all different from each other, and that's fine. That's fine. But original Star Trek is original Star Trek. Can't go wrong, really. Spock's the friggin' best. One of my Spock's like my favorite character like ever. So like Spock, Superman, like Sherlock Holmes, like these are some of my favorite characters of all time. So I mean, Superman's my ultimate favorite, but Spock's up there. Kirk and McCoy are great. I love Captain Kirk. Shatner's great. I think he gives good performances. I don't think he overacts or he's being stupid. I think, in fact, a lot of the episodes he plays them very well, and some of them there's a lot of nuance there. So I like Captain Kirk. He's a great character. So love this episode. 10 out of 10, baby. If you enjoy my space rating system, like the video, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this episode. That's it. Until next time.